Hey guys, just a little update here, what I've been up to. I know it's been a while. I got a pretty big mess going on right now. A couple different things going on. I ended up getting this fender pretty much done. I don't think either of them are quite done, but when it's time to paint it, I'll do some final finish work to them. This one still needs a little work up here, and this one still has some issues down the side. There was a little distortion when I welded that framework underneath. See right there's a little bit, you can feel that still, but it won't be too bad. So after that, I got some material to build a roll bar, and I'd always planned on having the roll bar about to the top of my head, and the same with the windshield, so that way I'd be able to make a soft top just to keep the sun off of you. But I never realized how high I sit above the seats. I'm always driving it, but I'm never actually seeing anybody else sit in it, to get that proportion. So when I was doing the measurements and everything, and this is the second time I've had that all tacked together, it was just way too high. There was no way it would never look right. So I kind of just forgot about the idea of the top and started lowering everything down, or the roll bar and the windshield. I started lowering that height down to where it would look better, but you could only go down so far with the windshield without it being in your way. So I think with how I was mocking it up, I think I got about where I want it. And I ended up cutting over 3 inches off of the height of the roll bar. But I also stopped. I didn't want to finish that roll bar up until I was 100% sure. And I wanted to move on to the windshield. Well, it's going to be a fold down windshield. And this is I don't know if you'd call it the lower frame. This is going to be part of the cowl here. It'll be glued on. It'll be one piece. It follows this edge and goes across. I'll be able to show you better in the next video. But it has the angle. It matches the seats, which I also matched the roll bar to. And I don't know why, but in pictures and video, that roll bar looks really, really high, but it's not bad in person. And I think it's worse too, because that's all missing. So I had mentioned in a earlier video about these relief cuts here, and how that area is very thin. Well, in order to secure that to the dash, I gotta fill all that. That's epoxy. So this is the easy step, because it's flat, and I'm able to do that little bit and that little bit. But now, after this sets up, now I gotta start rotating it, so it'll stay in there. I may have to do that 3 or 4 more times on each side, from this point I won't be able to do both sides at once. So after that's done, I'll put it all back together. Then I'll be able to get the little windshield base secured, figured out. And I'd like to have the windshield built too. I think I'm going to make the frame out of, I think it's called like 80-20, like that extruded aluminum. It should work out good. It has a channel all the way around it on the inside that the glass will fit into nice. So once that's done, then I can get it together and see if the roll bar and the windshield height are definitely going to work. So that's where I'm at on that. This thing, my son's been wanting a go-kart, I guess. And we had been looking, at different ideas and everything. And I always liked, the wheelbarrow T-bucket looking thing that, like George's Goofy Kart. That thing's really cool. I had not planned on using car tires on the back. I was going to use something smaller like that. But I ended up with these. A guy at work was selling them really cheap. I mean, the tires are like brand new. And I figure kind of give it that, I don't know, 70s street freak look, whatever you call it. But that kind of, this has always been, this is going to be a really simple build. Motor in the back, probably no reverse. I did want it to have reverse. When I still thought I was using smaller tires, I was just going to use this MTD rear end. It's just forward, neutral, reverse. And I kind of wanted to use a CVT on it. And this 8-horse that was originally in the Jeep, that runs really well. That'll be perfect for this. But one thing, I don't know how this would handle, spinning up at high RPM. And I didn't realize it's already womped out pretty bad just in the stock configuration. There's tons of play and everything. But the reason I wanted to use that is so we'd have reverse and a differential. But it's for sure not going to work with the weight of these and the size of them. I think they're like 10 inches wide. So I think what I'm going to do, these were on the back of a V8 S10. So it's 5 by 4 3/4, I think. Well, I have a lot of S10 parts, and I happen to have a couple 4-wheel drive front hub assemblies and some CV axles, and I think I can make it work. And like I say, it'll just have that 8-horse hanging out back just to make it simple. I mean, this is still going to be more like a go-kart, than anything. So that's probably for, this winter or something like that. I'm just kind of collecting parts. So maybe I can work on both of them a little bit throughout the winter. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. Thanks for watching. Bye.